James 2:10. Loeb is in the theater with the snowball dripping on the floor. Suddenly a message comes on the screen telling Loeb he's violating home theater rules. No outside food or drink. This snowball isn't food or drink, so Loeb thought he was keeping the rules, but there's a small point in a bit of fine print in the theater rules that says any liquids make the possessor accountable to all provisions of the rule. So even though it was a small point he failed to observe, Loeb has disobeyed the whole no outside food or drink rule. James 2:11. This one has two parts. First, on the straight staircase, Loeb has a clear shot at any of his brothers down in the den. He almost throws the snowball, but one of them shouts, "No, don't throw it. You're breaking the seventh commandment." Loeb says, "Wait, wrong reference. The seventh commandment is about adultery." His brother says, "Oh, I thought that the seventh commandment was about both adultery and murder." Second, after Loeb explains that they're two different commandments, the brother says, "Yeah, but still, even if you don't commit adultery, if you do throw the snowball at me, it would be a violation of the rules anyway and would make you become a transgressor." James 2:12. Loeb stands too close to the fire and the snow melts faster. Libby tells Loeb, "Get back from there. Anyway, the snow should be released outside. It shouldn't be cooped up in the house to melt." Loeb says sarcastically that there's no law that says snow shouldn't be imprisoned in a warm house, but Libby says that he can at least play along and speak and act as if there's a law that says snow has the right to such liberty. James 2:13. This one has two parts. First, Loeb's computer won't start up, and he almost throws a snowball at it. Then he stops himself. When he's angry at machines, he tends to suspend his judgment without showing mercy to the machines. But he doesn't want to think of himself as a pig who shows no mercy to computers. He's already decided against throwing the snowball at his brothers, so why shouldn't he now show mercy to the computer as well? Second, Loeb finally decides against pelting the computer screen with snow. Mercy triumphs over judgment. James 2:15. In the closet, Loeb sees a tiny coat and a bag of birdseed. It gives him an idea. What if he made a tiny snowman with the snow and dressed it in a tiny coat and fed it bird feed? He starts to build the tiny snowman, but before he can put the coat on it or pretend to feed it, he hears something thump in the closet and runs away, even though it means that this snow person doesn't get a coat or any food. James 2:16. Loeb finds himself stuck in the bird cage. He wants to put the snowman in the freezer so it doesn't melt. "Help me, the snowman needs help." One of his brothers says, "Okay, I'll help the poor cold snowman. Hi, snowman, go in peace, be warmed and filled with warm things." That brother opens the birdcage and lets Loeb out. Loeb runs to get the snowman to the kitchen. He says, "Don't be ridiculous. That's not what this snowman's cold body needs. It doesn't need to be filled with warm things. What good would that be?" James 2:17. Loeb runs through the basement to see if it's cold enough in here for the snowman, but he finds that it isn't. In fact, it's a little warmer than he likes it. The snowman continues to melt, and Loeb starts praying that it'll hold together. But then the snowman starts talking and tells Loeb, "Get me someplace colder. You can also have faith, sure, but if you don't have the works that it takes to get me safe, I'll soon be dead." James 2:18. This one has two parts. First, as Loeb runs toward the refrigerator suddenly starts talking to Loeb. It tells him, "You used faith to bring the snowman to me, but I have the works necessary to freeze it. You have faith, and I have works." The snowman hears the refrigerator and says to Loeb, "Wait, so what the refrigerator is saying is that this whole time you were trying to keep me safe with faith but not works? How dare you? If you show me faith apart from works, I'm going to show you faith by my works." And the snowman jumps out of Loeb's hands and walks toward the refrigerator on its own.